Hi again. First things first, I written down the points today because... So, thank you so much. I'm speechless. There are good people out there, thankfully. They reached out mostly from Malta. Yeah, I'm gonna put a list of creatives, because like I said last time, that Malta has so potential, and I want to give a shout out to all these potential creatives that there are back home, because like I said, I have to give back, and so far I can only give back a good shout out. So I'm gonna put the links to either in the description or you can see them around me. Good news as well, of course. Tomorrow I have an interview. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's it. Next. Okay, yesterday I mentioned a series of points, and there was no direction, so to speak, about it. So now, as you see, I put some point forms, because like I said, I'm really not good with unscripted stuff. So yeah, let's start with this. What's this going to be? I mean, yes, it's going to keep me accountable, and it did keep me accountable before, because I just cleaned up the mess. Yesterday I said that you shouldn't be messy. This is my room. If you are OCD, please look away. And I'm going to start cleaning now. A bit more decent. A bit. Yeah, let's take the idea of vlogging in today's world. I'm happy to see that some people, when they reached out to me, they saw that it's becoming something wrong. It's become less of a diary, of a journal, and it's become more of a performance, so to speak, a branded performance. Let's take vloggers. Let's humanize the vloggers, because I think you have to give it to them. I think they're great entrepreneurs, because to do all the things on your own, like to be almost like your own boss, yeah, you have to give them credit for that. Plus, they're using their own image to generate income, so to speak. So, okay, that's well and good. But then again, could it be that it's a sort of spiral into being a persona? So basically, you see the vlogger as a persona over this side, and then when you meet the vlogger in real life, it's a completely different person. I mean, of course, there's a few vloggers who are still like down to earth, but still, I think they have to do certain compromises. Sorry for my English. Compromessi bil-Malti. Yeah, I think you have to do certain compromises to make it in the vlogosphere. Again, with the idea in my mind to create something unique, why are we still chasing after the glitzy, flashy life? I wrote here, we're basically slaves to the algorithm, and it's more about look at me than look at the world around me. That's why so many people told me to try vlogging, but I was always hesitant. First of all, I'm a perfectionist, so I hate, like, even this. I can immediately see what I can do better. Lighting, I don't know about the sound, but you know what I said? I said, okay, let's start from starting. Let's strip the fleshiness back. Let's try from back to basics. Simple cuts, simple, no music, just sound, a bit of a colorful setup, and start back again from basics. I think stripping it back on basics, it's still going to be within the framework of a video. Okay, so there's still that thing that it's not exactly real, of course. I mean, but we're going into far out philosophical things. But at least stripping back the certain glitz, I think it would help to, just draw it back to reality. Even today I said, screw it, I'm not gonna wear a cap. This is my hairstyle. and I've just eaten. Well, it's good to see imperfections. It's good to see imperfections in life. There's no need. I think we're so pressured to be perfect. Even vloggers are pressured to be, you have to smile, you have to be nice, you have to be, you have to show off, so to speak. No, but I have another light. Just a second. Affarijiet li ġru waqt il-live jgħidulu hi. Yeah, we were saying that vloggers have this pressure to keep up a persona. So I have this kind of understanding, that you need to keep up appearances, so to speak. And it's all about having fun, forgetting all the things that worry you in life and that you don't have any worries whatsoever. Almost never looking sad, and never having... It's 80% happiness and 20% sadness. When I think life, it's more about, it's more of a 50-50, I guess. And sometimes it goes on a 70-30 and of happiness, sadness, and sometimes go to a 70-30 of happiness, sadness. But yeah, that's the ups and downs. They call it ups and downs. But there would be no ups if there weren't no downs. And I think the problem that vlogging has at the moment is it's all up, 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 up. Thankfully, there were some people who did vlog about their burnout, to give their best and their maximum. And they said, you know what? Yeah, let's go back to normal. Let's stop and think about what we're doing. Because it's true. Even like doing this life, I feel this kind of like, maybe I'm onto something. Like, I should continue doing this. The problem with the world right now is positivity. And especially in this idea of coronavirus, this idea of positivity, I think has been drummed into us to get back to work and to be like, hey, smile and get business going, which to me is already trying to dust under the carpet serious issues with society right now. Positivity. Now, I don't like the word positive. Not because it's a bad word or whatsoever. It's a question. I think I'd rather use the word. I'm more of a realist. I don't want to be optimistic. I don't want to be pessimistic. I always try to keep a certain balance. And for me, being realistic is, let's say, me. I have an interview tomorrow, but I don't go with the mindset of, yeah, I'm gonna get the job, because you set up yourself to disappointment immediately. You just go there, it's like, hey, let's give it my best, and then leave the rest up to, fate or destiny or God or whatever you believe in. I tend to be more of a pessimist, but in a sense to prepare myself to any cases of bad stuff happening, Being realistic gave me the thing of like, this is the thing. I might not stay here in Korea, I might not get a job, but in the meantime, what am I going to do about it? Again, this idea of positivity. Yesterday, my friend Tasha, she was telling me, why are you sad? Just relax, have fun. And I told her, yeah, but in the meantime, what do I do, There needs something to be done. It's not a question to occupy your mind or to be distracted from all the problems. It's a question of what to do to get out of a situation. For me, this is like something to get out of a situation. We'll see. And to keep with the theme of positivity, I think Malta has a sickness of positivity. I'm going to tie in Malta to explain also why I've left Malta to begin with. In America, there's a saying like sunshine coming out of your ass. In Malta, it was used like, let's make hay while the sun shines. And the sun is shining very brightly right now, especially with all the trees being cut. You can see the sun shining so brightly. Anyway, and right now Malta has opened again, and immediately the first thing that you see is parties and events and let's have fun, because we didn't have fun. There's nothing wrong to have fun, okay? But I think there's a limit to the fun. You know what I want to say? I want to say basically, if people tell me, hey, you should have more fun, I want to tell them, hey, you should be more sad. Because I don't think sadness should be an issue. Sadness is boring, so fucking what? Obviously, you cannot keep your mind always drowned into sadness, but sometimes sadness is useful so that you can refocus on what you want to do. You know, you can wallow, you can cry, but then again, it's like, okay, I let it out. What am I going to do about it? Because sometimes the idea of fun is even more distracting than having sad thoughts. In my opinion, maybe you don't agree. Comment below if you don't agree. Vloggers, that's what vloggers do. Smash the like button, allo. But yeah, this idea of fun, I think, has been distracting us from many, many problems. The upside of coronavirus is it gave us time to reflect and be introspective. And some of us opted to, like, I can't wait out to go have some fun. Others lost themselves, and you cannot blame them. I don't think they had the resources of the people that can have fun. I think it's high time that we, especially when we're still under lockdown, or not under lockdown, when there's still the pandemic going on, I think the idea of fun is a bit an idiotic idea, so to speak. I'm not telling you don't go have a beer with your friends or don't go visit friends, especially if you're not out of lockdown, but please be mindful of each other, you know? Let's take my experience, why I don't like positivity at all. It's something that happens everywhere, okay? And let's not say it's just a problem of Malta. I think Malta, particularly evident in the sickness of positivity, because it's sunny, there's blue, you don't want to do anything, you just want to have fun. In fact, I left because I felt Malta is now logged into this holiday mentality. I know it's a tourist it's a tourist destination. It's like it's interlinked to it. It's interlinked. It's so much interlinked to the idea of having a holiday. I notice even some of my foreign friends when they are there, they lose themselves. They start not to care. Again, it's what I see. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, this is not a question of me being right or wrong. It's an observation after all. I've met very few people who's thinking like, I shouldn't be sad, I should be having fun, I should be grateful that money is being made. Yeah, you're grateful of that money is being made. Are you getting that money, so to speak? Can you go have fun to these events if you're not getting any money? If you're barely scraping by, if you've been like 3 months locked down and you lost your work? And that's how it's linked, this idea of positivity, because once you don't have anything to be able to have fun, then you start wondering if you're a sad person, so to speak. The disease of positivity is distracting, but in a very destructive way. Distracting in a destructive way. It's okay to relax. It's okay to have fun. But I guess there's also a limit. As much as there's a limit to the work that you got to do. It's not, and I'm not saying that we're not working enough, but I think we're working to have fun. That's how people feel unfulfilled. Because they're not working to satisfy what they want. They're working to satisfy what others think they want. Let me ask you a question. At this point in time, are you doing what you have to do? Or are you doing what you want to do? Because the idea of having to do what you have to do gives you a sense of comfort. While the idea of doing what you want to do, there's lots of work in there, lots of discomfort. But at the same time, despite all the crying and tears, I guess I feel slowly becoming fulfilled, you know? And I know I will never be fulfilled. I'll never be fulfilled, not because I'm doing things that I have to do, but I'm doing things that I want to do. Again, with certain compromises, because, you know, I don't think everyone can do that. Positivity. Let me tell you, I don't know if this story will help you to understand how grave the situation of positivity is. Because I think it's interlinked with mental health in Malta. And it's good. I need to let out. I think this is a gift. The idea that I have this tool in front of me, because it is a tool. It doesn't command me. It is a tool that I want to express my vision with. So let's use it. And I'm going to make a confession. I don't think my family knows, and I don't get me wrong. I don't give a fuck in the sense like I should give a fuck less of what other people think, and should give a fuck more about making good changes. And I guess making a good change is to admit to myself, not so just myself, I've already admitted my faults, but let's go a step further. So in Malta I was institutionalized twice in a mental institution. I wanted to end my life basically. The first time I tried to kill myself basically was because I was put under lots of pressure to find work. Because now that I'm graduated, now you have to find work, you know, and not take it easy or try to see what you want after all. You have to do work. I'm not blaming the nurses that are there. I'm blaming the system. And I'm blaming the people who keep enforcing the system and never listen to the experts. I'm not blaming the nurses once again. I actually salute the nurses because they have a big weight on their shoulders, and clapping for them does absolutely fuck all. Raise their wages. But the nurses had to deal with these minimum resources. And the first time I went in there, I found myself like not getting better. Because somehow the idea of getting better is attributed to not doing anything. I remember clearly the approach that they had. Both experiences, I'm not going to speak of one experience in particular, where you're supposed to follow a certain set schedule. You just eat pills, eat, sleep, watch TV. There's never this option for you to like, hey, would you like to go and do something? Or it's never, would you like to go do something you want? I remember meeting an artist the first time, and he missed dearly having, you know, pen or paper or a brush and the canvas. I remember the first experience, what they did, it made it traumatic for me, because there used to be a dog in the ward. And basically I was petting the dog, and he had something that hurt him over here. And the dog, obviously, because he's a fucking dog, he doesn't know any better, he goes and bites. And this is how this situation escalated. And it's like, hey, I was bitten by the dog, nothing serious. And it escalated to the fact that they removed the dog. I mean, based on that decision alone, people who are in there that feel that they have been punished unjustly, why do you keep on punishing them with this kind of protocol, so to speak? I don't know what the fuck to call it, but that made me, first it made me horrified and scared, because they obviously I had both the staff against me and the patients against me because of a simple freaking bite that was like this big. Then how the fuck do you expect people to be happy at work and people to get better? It was fucking stupid that time. It was really fucking stupid. Thankfully, they let me out. And I wish they have another dog, because that dog really made patients happy. You don't remove the thing that makes them feel alive. So I still have no fucking clue why they did that. Second time round, I take responsibility because I stopped my medication. Stopping the medication would make it a bit, it's like going cold turkey basically. Not to mention though that the medication is really, really tough. Some people it helped them, some people would just make them feel drowsy. And me, it made me feel drowsy and made me feel more puffy. Okay, I could exercise, but if I have no energy, how can I exercise? But the second time round, it was up to me to insist with the nurses to say, guys, I need occupational therapy. I need to go and do something. Because if I keep staring at four walls, I don't think I'm gonna get better. Purpose is purposeful, as trite as it sounds. And I'm very glad that I have the purpose of making videos. I didn't expect that the purpose can be made by doing these videos. It's not the question of being happy, it's not the question of being sad. People need purpose. And purpose has its ups and downs. Purpose, the problem of purpose, why people find purpose problematic, is because it's a tough decision. It needs strength, it needs courage. And I chose my purpose. I guess it's enough for today.